Okay, so in this video, we're going to put together our Thanksgiving bread basket. And the first thing that you want to do is put together the basic structure, okay? And go ahead and find these two pieces that are the exact same size and just kind of keep those together. Find these two pieces that are the exact same size, keep those together, and so on and so forth. And then identify which of these is a little bit wider, the centerpiece here. This one's wider, so this is going to be the outside. That's going to be the inside. And let's find out which of these is longer. Okay, this one's a little bit longer, so that's the outside and that's the inside. So we're going to grab this piece here, okay, and what we're going to do is begin by attaching the outside. We're not going to glue it all down, but we do want to just kind of get it attached just so that it makes our lives easier when we get to actually putting it together. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on there and get a little bit out to the edge. Okay, and this is the outer edge here, so we want to make sure that we have it nice and aligned with the outer part of this piece here. Okay, so if you want, you can actually fold it in half and just make sure that you've got it nice and aligned there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our next piece and do the same thing. We'll just go ahead and put some glue on the tab there, and then a nice flat line of glue right along the edge. Just to make that nice and seamless. Okay. So I'm kind of just doing it this way here so that I can get a good look at my edge, just to make sure it's nice. Okay. And I gotta just shimmy that a little bit. And that looks good. Okay, so we've got that. Now we'll go ahead and grab one of the side pieces and just get that piece glued into place. Okay, I kind of went a little crazy on the glue there. It's okay. And let's get this piece in place here. I'm gonna tuck these tabs under. Okay, just get that so that it looks nice and aligned. There we go. And just push that down. Now we're not going to connect these pieces yet. We're just kind of getting these in place so that once we have the interior all put together, the exterior is a lot easier to work with. And finally, do the same thing with this piece here. Just do your best to follow along. And you do want to make sure that you crease at the score marks there. Okay, so get that nice and aligned. Push down so it gets a good grip. You can tuck those tabs under there. Okay, and check it to make sure that you've got it nice and flush. Okay, so that looks good. And now we can go ahead and begin building the interior part of this. Okay, and we can go ahead and make sure that we crease everything at the score marks. Okay, so in essence what's happening is these pieces are going to go like this to form the outside, and then because this is dimensional, we're going to have pieces that form the inside. Okay, so you want your texture side out because this is going to be the outside, and then you want your texture side in on this side. Okay, and we're going to actually tuck these tabs under. So you can go ahead and put some glue on this tab here, and this is going to be hidden once we get it into place. So make sure that you get your glue out to the edge there so it gets a good hold. Okay, so we just take that and shove it in there. Just make sure that it's nice and aligned. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this so that I can check my work here. Okay. There we go. And grab one of the side pieces here. And just make sure that you crease everything. Okay. And actually, I had that right. Okay, so this is going to get glued like so. Just make sure that your corners are nice and aligned in there. And then this is going to get glued to its neighbor here, as you can see. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to put glue on these tabs here. And we can kind of bend it like this and pop it in there. I would probably start with the center, make sure that these corners are nice and aligned, and then just make sure that these corners are nice and aligned. Just like that. And just kind of push from the inside and push it out, just to make sure that it all sits nicely. Okay, and we can go ahead and grab our next long piece. Okay, and that's going to go right in there, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this tab here. And pop him in. Kind of looking at this angle here, just to make sure that I've got it set right. And I'm just pushing down. Okay, and we'll grab our last piece here. And just like we did last time, we're gonna pop this guy in right here, like so. Just like that. Okay, so let's put glue on these tabs here. And we do want to bend these over. Okay. And we'll pop that in, start with the center. Make sure that those are nice and aligned. And then do each of the little corners there. There we go. Okay. And then we can go ahead and glue the neighboring pieces together to get everything to hold in place. Okay, so you can kind of fold this out or fold it in, however you want to make it so that you can get glue on this tab there. Okay, and we do have some liner pieces that are going to go inside, so even if this don't get this glued perfectly, we'll still be able to clean it up when we're done here. So just make sure that this guy here butts up against that tab, and you've got it pushed up against that score line as best as you can. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put glue on this tab here. And just push and hold that until it dries. So it's kind of cool because usually the walls of projects are just like one layer thick. This is definitely way more sturdy. Okay, just make sure that you have your tabs facing in here before you do any gluing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this tab so that I can get in over here and get my glue on this tab. And actually, while I have this piece, I'm going to put glue on this tab too, because it may be a little bit difficult to pull that thing back. So I'm kind of just gluing that piece together, and then I'm getting this piece together. Okay, just kind of hold that until you've got it nice and lined up. Okay. All right, so now we can go ahead and work our way to the outside. Okay, and I'm going to get all these pieces creased just to make sure that everything's ready to go for me. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to put glue on these tabs here. And pop them into place. Now this is where you want to get more precise and make sure that you got nice angles here. Okay, could help if you have a dowel or something to kind of help you apply pressure inside there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this tab and kind of squeeze that in. I'll lift that tab up. And get that into place. Okay. And then I'm going to work my way around here. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on these bottom tabs. And also on this tab here, I'm going to kind of do all three here. Okay, so again, just kind of getting my hand in there and then pushing there too, and then getting this tab into place as well. Okay, and again, if you have a little dowel or something to help you apply pressure, that would be very helpful. Okay. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this tab here, get some out to the edge, and I'm also going to put glue on this tab here and get some out to the edge, and then we're going to close this up. I'm going to do this side first, make sure that it's nice and aligned there. And then work my way over to this side and make sure that's nice and aligned. Okay. So there's the basic structure of this thing. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put glue on all of these tabs here. Just going to get a nice amount of glue on all of them here, and also make sure that we get enough glue out to the edge of each one so that we can get it nice and seamless looking on the edge. And we're going to take our biggest piece here and pop it on the bottom there. And now this is going to take a little bit of scooching around. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of adjusting things from the various sides. You may have to kind of push and squeeze some things around to get that perfect shape. As you can see, I'm just kind of nudging the little pieces around to make it nice and seamless. And just kind of run your finger along the edge there, just to make sure that it's nice and flush. There we go. Okay. And again, just might need to kind of scooch some things around. There we go. Okay. And we do have another bottom piece just to kind of act as reinforcement and to kind of clean it up a little bit. So for this one here, I want to put just a little bit of glue on there. I don't want big blobs because I don't want it to show through. And then also do your best to make that happen around the edge without globbing it too much. Okay. Like that. And let's pop that on the bottom. Again, it's just to pretty it up, add some reinforcement. It's actually a very sturdy piece. There we go. Okay. So there is our basic shape, okay? Now we do have a liner that we're gonna put inside. So you can go ahead and put glue on the bottom there and pop your liner in there. Okay. And once you have your liner in there, do have a series of pieces to cover up those tabs inside and to also add more reinforcement. Okay, so I'm not going to do this on camera because I don't think it's necessary. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to put glue on the back of these pieces here and place them in their respective places. Okay, so those are just reinforcement, additional liner pieces, and you see where they go. It's pretty self-explanatory. And that'll cover up the tabs and everything nicely. Okay, so that is that. And let me actually just take these out for a second so they don't rattle around. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this long piece and you want your texture side out. We're gonna go ahead and put some glue right on there. Okay, and we're gonna take this green piece and match up the little hole of the handle and the little holes there too. Now, those are decorative. We put little pearls over those. You can put a brad on there if you want. You can really do anything that you want. Okay, and then there's also one more decorative piece that goes on top there. So let's get that glued on. Okay. So just get that glued on. Just use the handle and the holes as a guide. Okay, just like that. And that is going to get glued on right there. And the top's going to get glued on right there. Okay, so we want to put glue on this tab here. I wouldn't cake it too much because we don't want a big gooey mess. Okay, and then get some glue out to the edge. And go ahead and position that on the corner there. And then do your best to get that perfectly aligned. You want your handle to be flush, like so. Okay, so we've got the handle on there. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side with the same pieces that I just showed you. Okay, and then you can go ahead and glue on the accent piece. Actually, this is not the accent piece. This is just another piece that goes over all this to clean up all of the tabs and everything. Okay, so that gets glued on there. And then we have an accent piece that goes on top of that. Okay, so you've got the top, the handles, the inside all done. All that's left is to add your panels. Okay, and you've got two of these, one for the front, one for the back. You want to go ahead and just glue that on. We did ink it, so you can ink it if you want. And then you've got a panel here, a panel here. Same goes for the other side. So you want to get those in place. Okay, and there's also this panel that goes here. And there's also one for the other side. So you're going to get that glued into place. And then finally, all that's left is this little accent piece, this little motif here with the pumpkin behind the wheat. And I will just show you how this piece assembles, because it's pretty straightforward. You're going to take, this is your backmost layer, okay? And you're going to put and glue this on top of this piece. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to put this piece on top of that. So you're going to glue that on like so. And then there are little stem pieces for the pumpkins. There's one there. And then two tiny ones for these two tiny little pumpkins here. You want to get those glued on like so. Okay. And that's really it. There is this little piece here that goes on, as you can see here, it gets glued flush to the little scalloped section on that panel. And then we actually just pop dotted this right onto the front. And there's two of these, one for each side. Again, inking, a couple little pearls here as an accent. And all you gotta do is, I actually put a nice little napkin inside and kind of arranged it nicely for the photo shoot and the way I would arrange it if I was to present it to someone. And you can put whatever you want in there. I happen to find some croissants. You may be able to put a little loaf of bread in there, just pretty much anything, some cookies, whatever, but this would be a great little gift to bring the host or hostess to your upcoming Thanksgiving.
Stay on top of all things Dreaming Tree and engage with us today. Get the latest news and enter in our giveaways on Facebook. Get inspired by following us on Pinterest. Be the first to see our new product launches on Instagram. Do you prefer Twitter? Yep, we're there too. Watch our beautiful product trailers and assembly tutorials on YouTube. For more information, visit www.3dsvg.com. Live, craft, love, and dream.